Okay, I'm continuing on. It's I should be just about to where this prominent red color bar is pretty soon. I was going through what I thought was a jelly opal, and I can see jelly opal look to it. I'm just hoping for the best. It's a little patchy or cloudy here. You can still see there's a thin layer above it. Don't want to get too deep. The layer's not very thick. It's extremely directional. At least the green is. There it is, and well, maybe it's not. Well, I know what I'm supposed to see. At least I think I know what that red is supposed to look like. But there's a layer of what appears to me to be jelly opal on the surface of it. It's not going away without a fight. I certainly don't want to get so deep that I go through something, but I'm very close to that color bar in all planes. Maybe that's it under there. This angle you can see the bright green. When you turn it like this, I'm looking through this thin layer at the surface, which I hope it's the thin layer, and it has a definite jelly opal look to me. So I've got that to go through, and it's thickest here. It's thinning out there. It's pretty thin there. It's a little patchy there. Now I can see that there's red showing through fairly. Of course, red and green are complementary colors. You see that in various systems in we see red-green birefringence under the microscope when we're looking for certain substances. Plants, for example, appear green because green is reflected, but if you look through the other side of the leaf, there was no leaf there. The wavelength that comes through is red, so they're complementary colors. Very difficult. It seems like I'm down to the right layer. On this side, I can see what it's supposed to look like, but it's barely getting there. I can see the actual thin layer above the gem layer here, which at an angle here, it shows jelly opal, and then I'm looking through it, I suppose, into the gem layer. It's starting to show up here with a mottled red-green, and on angle I don't see the jelly as much. The color is deeper than I thought. Like I said, I cannot see very much. I can see a little jelly in this side, in this area. It's pretty directional. I've got this nice red color bar that was covered by what looked like jelly opal. The back looks to me like what I call jelly opal. Look at that, here comes the gem. That's real gem opal from the back. That's what I want to see on the front. But that's in this little thin area right here. There is a thin layer of high-grade gem stuff, very thin layer on this side. And I don't think there's any way to save it. But I can go into it a little bit. So I can see that down here. Most of it's jelly. The depth of the jelly opal is there, and on this backside you've got that thin layer of gem. But this whole front thing should be gem opal, and you get a hint of it down there. Now you can see that when you look at it, you can see that it's got the green, but when I turn it like this, you can see that there's orange coming in behind it, reddish orange, or orangish red. And that's what I was expecting to see. Actually, a little sooner than this, but it's hard to know where you are when you're grinding. You can see at this angle that the red color is coming in. Very expensive opal, and certainly looked very expensive, and now you can see that I'm getting into it down here, and this is what I want to see over the whole surface, and there's no reason I shouldn't be able to see that over the whole surface. It looks to be there. And no high dome coming up on this one. And I'll have to, if I keep it as approximately one piece, now you can see that it's red and green. It's distinctly red down here, so I'm into that there. I keep shaping it so I don't get a concavity in the middle. So I don't want to go through that color bar, which is ridiculously troublesome. I mean, it's really thin, but I'm getting into it. I knew it would be a challenge. Now you can see the green, the red is showing up all through here. And that's where it's thinnest. Now the red is almost all the way through, but I mean I've got the 1 or 2 millimeters of left there. I've been on my 100 wheel for a